What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game video, man, as the Lakers fall to the Toronto Raptors of all teams. No Fred Van Fleet. They were missing a bunch of good players, man. And the Lakers somehow managed to not just lose this game, but lose by a lot. The final score wasn't indicative by how much we lost. And I'm really not happy right now, guys. I'm like really pissed. Now, the question of the day is going to be, is it time to panic? And I will answer that shortly. Let me just get to this comment. Young Elder says, fire Vogel now before it's too late. They can't hire anybody at this point of the season, dude. So I'm very disappointed, man. I'm beyond frustrated. We lose 121 to 114, giving up 121 to the 27 and 38 Raptors. Okay. And just so you know how pathetic we are, how pathetic we have been lately, in the fourth quarter, we scored a whopping, I'm sorry, in the third quarter, we scored 25 to 27. In the second quarter, we scored a whopping 21 points to their 40. And that is where we fell apart. Um, Now, is it time to panic? That's just such a tough question because I never panic as a Laker fan. I always believe to the bitter end. I'm right to die, guys. But I think this is as close to that panic time as we can get. I think if I had to say, is it time to panic? Yes, it's time to panic. I never thought I'd say this ever, but what I mean by this is we need to win at all costs. 8 games left in the season. We are in a three-way tie for seventh, which means that if we stay at seventh, guess what? Play-in tournament. That's bad news for the Lakers. All right. So it is officially panic time. This is coming from probably the most level-headed Laker fan on the web. And I'm telling you right now, the Lakers have to win at all costs. Every game now becomes a must-win. Because if not, we are in jeopardy of becoming the 2013 Lakers. You guys remember that team? The most disappointing team probably in the history of time as far as being stacked and having the talent, but not being able to come through. We are definitely in jeopardy of that. I come to these post games, guys. I used to come out here yelling and everything. I can't even do that now. I lost my voice watching the game, bro. The stuff we do, the mistakes we make are so stupid. The half court offenses we run are so lazy and stupid. We settle for way too many 3-point shots. We don't get back in transition and give up layups. We're turning the ball over in the pettiest, silliest ways possible. And the Lakers don't seem to have that chemistry this year for some reason, man. It's time, guys. It's time to panic. Panic mode, it's official. Thanks, Intel Wild. It is. It is time to panic because now we're at the point that the Lakers have to win every single game they can. We cannot go into the play-in tournament. And guess what? Another reason to panic. LeBron James just got re-injured. He re-aggravated something. I didn't even look at the details. I was so upset. I didn't even look at my phone. And here's the thing. The Lakers have to put it together quickly. Can they get it together? I still have faith in my team, man. Anytime you have this amount of firepower on your roster, you can't waver. But here's the problem. And I was talking to some of you guys on Twitter about it during the game. The problem is that the Lakers think that teams are going to roll over and just take their L's, right? Based on their record or based on their lack of stars or whatever. They think that based on we're the defending champs, that people are just going to roll over and take a loss. That's not the case. Kobe Bryant, many greats have said it. The hardest championship to win is the one where you're defending a championship, the second one. That's why a lot of teams don't do it. So this is a tall task, He said, I don't think LeBron actually aggravated it. He just was too frustrated. Chemistry, huge issue. I don't know, but I'm not. It's panic time. It's officially time to panic. Lakers have to win. It's frustrating, guys. USMC says, DTLF, I saw no effort today. That's another problem. The effort is lacking. And the Lakers are just, the body language is disgusting. This isn't the body language of a defending champ. This is the body language of a lottery team. We're looking like a lottery team right now, man. And it's frustrating, guys. It is frustrating. I don't know why we're settling for so many threes. Vincent says, these losses are not helping my depression. Sorry to hear that, bro. Hang in there. At the end of the day, it's just a sport. We still a family, man. We're here for you. Don't worry about depression and nothing like that, man. It's all love, positive energy, sending it your way. So it's never that serious. It is depressing, I understand, because we're Laker fans. But if you already have depression, bro, try to get your mind off of things. Treat yourself to something nice. You don't need to be dealing with this stress. Matter of fact, I told my brother, who's he is very emotional. He's texting me throughout the game. Multiple people are blowing up my phone on Twitter and via text message and via phone line. They're asking me for answers, and I don't have the answers, Sway. I don't have them. I keep telling them, listen, this is the worst I've seen this team since 2013. And that's why the headline reads, "It is time to panic." Because, like I said, this team has to. We don't just have one little problem we can fix and put a band-aid on. We have plenty of problems, man. Plenty of problems to deal with before the playoffs, and there's only 8 games left. So right now, there's 8 games left. We're in the same situation we were in last year before we went into the bubble. I'm sorry, when we went into the bubble where there was 8 games. So we should take it the same way. Dan, do you think they have a locker room issues due to Frank's rotations? I have no clue what it is, but something just doesn't feel right. Like I said, sometimes, the truth doesn't come out till the year's over, but this doesn't feel like a championship defending team. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't feel like the Kobe and Shaq days after they defended their, after they won a championship. It was time to defend. It doesn't feel like that. This feels more like the 2004 Pistons. No, I didn't even feel that great. The 2004 when we lost to the Pistons, I thought we were going to win a championship as well. We only didn't find about chemistry issues till after. This feels more like 2013 with Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Kobe, and Pau Gasol and Lamar. It feels like a massive, colossal disappointment. So, I'm never going to give up on my team. I'm going to the very end, I'm going to keep my hope alive. I'm not going to, just turn around, turn my back, turn off the games like a lot of fans. No, I'm a diehard. So we're going to rock to the end and hopefully they turn it around and it pays off, Hopefully the loyalty pays off. But regardless, we love our squad, man. We already won a championship. I just hope the Lakers aren't satisfied with the one championship, because this is what it looks like sometimes. Our body language is not there. I don't know if it was the injuries early on. I don't know if it was the short turnaround. Anthony Davis doesn't look like himself. LeBron doesn't look like himself. Nobody looks like himself. He said, it's a good thing I live in single-story home because I'm jumping out the window. Oh, my goodness. Don't say stuff like that, man. We really don't want people that battle through depression to get more depressed. I'm here to shed some light and keep the positivity alive. A lot of people are already turning on this team. Some people saying ridiculous things on Twitter. I'm here to give you guys just a little bit of hope and know that the season isn't over yet. Yes, it's looking grim right now, but we're clinging on to life right now. And I'm hoping that these humiliating losses eventually will click with our team and they will get something right. We need to practice every single day, man. At this point, the way we're playing, he said, hey, Dan, I'm also level-headed, but you're right. Lakers literally have to win every game. About made me shed a tear, he said, but I still believe this hurts. It hurts, bro. It hurt. It definitely hurts. We love our team so much, man. We never want to give up on our roster, but this isn't looking good. And that's the truth. You guys know I always owe the truth to you guys, man. I keep it $1.50. That's why you guys come here after the games. And right now, at this current moment, we don't look like a championship contender. For the first time this season, I can say that, right? I had hopes that when LeBron came back, he would fix a lot of the issues. A lot of people were saying he wouldn't. We look worse right now, maybe because LeBron isn't back all the way yet, and neither is AD. But no excuses. We're at the point of the season where we have to play smart. And the bottom line is we're not playing smart. We're not even playing hard. Like I said, I don't know if this team feels entitled because they've been tweeting out stuff like the storm is coming and all that. We don't want to hear it. We want to see it. We fans, we have heart and we want to see our team come out with heart, because there's people out here during the pandemic wasting their hard-earned money or the little bit that they have to go watch these games. And I think these stars and these role players owe it to our fans to at least give us 100% effort. We're not going to sit here and complain about getting these losses every night, but we are going to complain about the effort because the fans do everything in their power to support this team, and we always will. So when you wear purple and gold, you have to come out here with effort every single night. I feel like, look, I am going to criticize our players, our star players tonight, not because I dislike them or I've turned my back on them. I still love Anthony Davis and LeBron, and I have no doubt they have what it takes to turn it around. However, settling for three-point shots coming down, contested three-point shots by LeBron, if he's not 100%, then he should just sit out because that's actually hurting us instead of helping us. Anthony Davis has been playing soft. He's been fading away in the post instead of leaning in and using drop steps and all kinds of face-up moves to get to the basket. I need him to step up, all right? I support my guy. I love these guys. Kyle Kuzma, shout out to him. He had a big game tonight. But again, we can't seem to get on the same page. Is it a chemistry issue or what? What do I think of Drummond's game today? Drummond, the only thing that has disappointed me about Drummond that I didn't know, because like I said, who watches Cleveland Cavalier games or Detroit Piston games? Well, from afar, we knew he was a rebounder and a shot blocker. He hasn't blocked too many shots. A lot of people have been coming in there just laying it up in his face. We needed more of a shot blocker, more of a Dwight Howard-esque. And so far, he hasn't done that for us consistently enough. What he has done still is rebounded well. He's finishing some of the baskets around the paint, and he is using his size on screens and stuff like that. Here's another problem I have. The Lakers are not utilizing the pick and roll enough, especially the two-man game between LeBron and AD. I want to see us milk that thing till the defense figures it out, and then we can get somebody else. I don't mean to make the comparisons between Kobe and Gasol, man, but at the end of the day, Kobe and Gasol's pick and roll game was second to none. And I want LeBron and AD to develop that. He said they have chemistry issues. They need to have a private meeting to figure it out. That may be so, bro. Thanks for the donation. That may be so, but whatever it is, they need to figure it out quick. Like I said, it's not just one issue. Defensively, we've fallen off the face of the earth. Offensively, we've fallen off the face of the earth. Chemistry, we don't look like we have that. Rotations, we don't look like we have that. Nothing is really clicking for us right now. We play in spurts. Look, the first quarter, how did we play the first quarter? We played exceptional. We looked good. Even Caruso, even I tweeted it. We looked better with Caruso than with Dennis, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's that was the first quarter. And then what? And then second quarter comes and boom, they go on a 40-20 run. That should not happen, especially against teams like Toronto. Very disappointing. But again, I told you guys earlier in the season, there were some very concerning habits that the Lakers were building about playing inconsistently and just relying on our star power. And that's exactly what's coming back to bite us. Everybody knows that the Lakers have a target on their back, not just because we're the Lakers, but because we just won a championship. So everybody wants to give us their best shot. Tonight, Kyle Lowry was mad we didn't trade for him. And some people ate the bait. Some people were saying, we should have traded. We should have gave all that up, whatever. We're in win now mode. I'm sorry, Kyle Lowry wouldn't have fixed these issues. He looked solid tonight, but that's because everybody smells blood. Even Pascal Siakam dropped 30+. They combined for like 70 points. Does that mean we should have traded for Pascal Siakam? How about the other night? Well, who else was killing us the other night, right? Does that mean we should trade for everybody who kills us? No. It just means the Lakers aren't playing good basketball and everybody's taking advantage of it. My boy Isaiah says AD has been a big disappointment since he came back. Just sit around the perimeter and take pretty jumpers. He needs to play more aggressive SMH. I agree with you, Isaiah. Thanks so much for the donation, bro. Anthony Davis has disappointed. I gave him the benefit of the doubt for the first week and a half or so, and maybe it's still bothering him, but still shouldn't settle for jump shots. If LeBron is doing the same thing. I feel like they're jab faking. The defense is just standing still. There's no better defense. Even me in the park as a defender, as an amateur basketball player, me in the park. You know what's my favorite people to guard? The ones that don't move. The ones that just jab fake and take contested jump shots. That's what the Lakers are doing. They're letting the defense off the hook. We're not taking advantage of our mismatches of our size, and they're out here doing. They're out here settling for mid-range contested jump shots or pull-up threes in transition with somebody in your face. Can't have that, man. We got to play smarter offense. I want to see more pick and rolls between LeBron and AD, more pick and rolls between LeBron and Drummond, more pick and rolls between AD and Drummond. I just want to see pick and damn rolls. I want to see back screens. I want to see people moving off the ball. I want to see cuts to the basket. I want to see all kinds of things that aren't happening right now. I want to see better rotations. Why is Marc Gasol still not seeing the floor? I don't get it. Why are we not making the proper changes? Why is McKinney, who probably would have given better effort than 75% of the roster, not playing? I can't just accept these things at face value and just say, oh, yeah, the Lakers are the Lakers. We'll be fine. That'd be ignorant of me. It is time to panic, guys. It's time to panic because the Lakers have to turn up now or never, because it's going to be too late if they try to turn it up all of a sudden in the playoffs and we have all these chemistry issues and all this stuff. They're going to be finger pointing. They're going to be yelling at each other, and it's just going to be bad for the locker room. They need to iron that out now. No more excuses. No more excuses. Brady says this team has given up. Dan, well, I haven't given up on the team, so I hope they haven't given up on themselves. So let's just see. He said, Dan, the only thing that's keeping me level-headed is the fact that the last year we went 3-7 in the bubble. That's what I'm saying, bro. Anything's possible. I'm not gonna. Some people telling me it's over. Don't be delusional. I'm not being delusional. It's called being a fan. You're gonna ride with your team till the very end. Sure, things aren't looking up now, but I'm not gonna turn my back right now and then all of a sudden they go on a run and look like a hypocrite. No, I still rocking with my team, man. No matter what, till the end, till the bitter end. However, like I said, it is time to panic. Lakers have a lot of work cut out for them. They have to get this together. I don't know if they have to do a player meeting or what. What needs to happen? Maybe rotation switch-ups. Maybe Frank Vogel comes with a whole different starting lineup of nothing but players that play with effort to send a message to the team. Hey, just because you make set amount of money doesn't mean you can stop playing real basketball. Something needs to happen. Liz says there are still too many whys. I tell you why. The coaches' rotations and LeBron not taking over. Well, I'll say this about LeBron. I'm not going to be too hard, I'm not going to be too hard on LeBron right now because, again, what is this? His second game, his second game back, right? So, I mean, can we be that hard on LeBron? Probably not. But Anthony Davis has had a week and a half or so back. He needs to play a lot better. I'm telling you. Anthony Davis can't. He gotta stop fading away on mid-range jump shots and stuff like that. I'm the biggest AD fan. I have his jersey, but my thing is, yeah, you got to play a lot better. 3-7 in a bubble is different. Effing team, bro. Stop saying that. Well, it might have been a different effing team, but I'm still hopeful, man. We still got the two main superstars from that team, so I'm hopeful that they can get it together. Now, I know it's looking really bad right now, guys, so there's only so much you can do to defend this roster. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's still, listen, big pun. You sound like a fat ass right now in my comment section. He's telling me to be quiet, that my team sucks. Is like, you're still on my channel, which means what? We're more relevant than whatever team you got because you're not on their channel, you're on mine. So get wrecked. I just blocked them. Jose says, people crying about LeBron James and AD coming back. Let them figure out what they need to do to work on while playing. Y'all need to calm TF down. Well, I'm as calm as I can be, Jose, but I still think it's time to panic, bro. I really do. The Lakers have to start playing now. Now. No more excuses. They cannot. The thing is, it's the lackadaisical play that kills me. The lackadaisical style of play that they just come down and they're not really running any sets and they're just settling for contested jump shots, not moving the ball around. We start off well and we end off really bad. He said the curse of Vivian. For real, bro. Starting to feel like that. For real, starting to feel like that, man. He said, we're trash. Yeah, the Lakers are trash right now for sure. For sure. But can they turn it around? They still have the personnel. They have the personnel to be a lot better, man. A lot better. We're fully in the competition. DTLF, if you were Rob Pelinka, hold up. Hey, repost that comment, bro, because the comment section is moving quickly. The haters came today. They smell blood in the water too. But it's all good. Hey, we're going to dispatch the haters just as quickly. If you're going to be bigger than others, then play big. But Vogel has to do better when taking guys out there that are hot. He said the effort is bad. And if McLemore is not going to play D, then take him out. I agree with this. I definitely agree with the effort. The effort is ridiculous, especially versus lesser teams. You can't play down to the competition. As I always like to say, don't play with your food. The Lakers have made it a bad, horrible habit to play with their food all year long. So I agree with this comment. And it's unfortunate because bad habits die hard. They could end up coming to bite us back in the season and eliminating us in the playoffs, which is our worst nightmare for sure. He said Clipper fans are out tonight. They lost their last game, so they shouldn't really be talking at all. But, of course, they're pathetic. They're on my you-know-what because that's all they got, man. They ain't got no life. They know what's up. The Lakers make Jason Kidd the head coach. At this point, I don't even know if that's the issue, man, because I'm sure Jason Kidd and the coaching staff are having their input on this roster. It'd be weird just to have them there on the sideline doing nothing. So we need more from our stars primarily. We need better defense. We need communication. There's no Band-Aid that's going to fix this. They just need to do it, man. They just need to start playing better. They need to have like a player meeting, like I said, or something. Chew each other out. Leave it all out on the table before the playoffs start, and then come together as a unit. He said, DTLF, if you were Rob Pelinka, would you have met with Coach Frank Vogel? Rotations has been suspect at times. If I was Rob Pelinka, I'd have a chat with Frank, sure. Especially, why the heck is Marcus not coming off the bench as a primary big? And we're getting exploited. I love Trez. I love Montrezl Harrell, but he's not a center, and he continues to get killed in the paint because he doesn't have the size to contest these shots. He's athletic, but that can only help you so much. One jump in a play, and he's out of the play. Marcus all these stays flat-footed, and he's able to use his length to contest more shots. We need a real 7-footer there under the paint when our 7-footers AD and Drummond are on the bench. And that's the problem. He keeps going small and he's not learning from his mistakes. Now, last year in the playoffs, again, he did much better, but this year, I don't know, he's messing around too much. I hope that he gets things right by playoff time. We're going to need him. We're going to need Frank to actually do his job and coach properly. Tyler, he said Mrs. Bus needs to buy the team some umbrellas. Okay. I don't get it. Why? Because it's raining? Raining threes on us or something? These haters get so happy when we lose. It's ridiculous, but I can't wait. I can't wait till your favorite team gets eliminated and you just magically disappear, man. Either way, you're getting blocked. You say you think the Lakers win the last few games? We need to, Ron. This is why my whole thing is it time to panic? Yes, it is. It's time to start getting wins and playing with a sense of urgency. I really think that I thought they were going to play today with a sense of urgency. We started off the first quarter well, and then again, we take these horrible mental mistakes. We take these quarters off, whole breaks and everything. And I'm just like, what are they doing, bro? What are they doing? Turning the ball over, settling for stupid shots. And then we miss a shot and we give up a wide open either 3-point shot or a layup on the other end. So the effort wasn't there. We need to play some more players with effort. THT gave us effort tonight. I didn't even look at a stat sheet. Let me go look at the stat sheet, and I'll tell you. Again, the Lakers shot horrible from 3-point line. Now, they shot a little bit better. 11 for 29 is better than what? 9 for 37 or something like that the other night. But it's still horrible. We got killed on the rebounds. This is why we brought Drummond. Him and AD, they're not crashing the glass hard enough. 49 total rebounds to 44. That's a problem. We shouldn't be getting killed. They had 11 steals to our 7, so they're playing harder defense. We had 14 turnovers again to their 12. Now, 14 is not as bad as like 20 plus, but still. And we had 58 points in the paint to their 48, but we didn't take enough shots in the paint. When you got all those 7-footers and all that size, we're not using it properly. Again, AD continues to fade away. LeBron continues to settle for jab fake shots contested. And we're leaving, and we got in foul trouble as well. So all in all, it's all bad. And Liz says we miss Kobe. We need to let Kobe rest in peace, man. Kobe did his part more than enough. Now it's a new era, and we need to let these players make an identity for themselves. Every time we struggle, we can't come out here and say that we miss Kobe, because obviously we miss Kobe. But this has nothing to do with him. He did his part. He set us up for future success as well. So what the Lakers have to do now is just focus on what we got to do. Number one, we need to run a better half-court offense. All right? Then there needs to be a system in place. All right, okay? We don't have a system in place. Every possession, if you come down and you see the way we're playing, we are basically standing around waiting for our stars to get us buckets, and they're not 100% or they're not doing it, whatever the case may be. Guess what? We're giving up layups on the other end. We're just playing lazy brand of basketball. Not smart either. I'm frustrated with Vogel's rotations. We all are. Everybody's frustrated with Vogel's rotations right now. That's a major problem, but we can't blame him fully for everything. The player effort isn't there either. Ryan says Rondo is sorely missed. I agree. I've been saying it. Rondo to me was my number one priority in the offseason. We didn't re-sign him, and now we see how much of a difference a playmaker like him makes, especially for that second unit. And we don't have that right now, man. We're struggling, but that's not the only problem. Again, defense. How are we ranked number one defensively? And we always open up the lane for everybody to come in there. I'll tell you how. We're not using a 7-footer off the bench. We're using a 6'7" guy, and he's doing the best he could. So it's not even his fault. It's on the coach. Coach not using every tool we have at our disposal, man. And it is ugly right now. It is ugly right now, but the effort needs to improve. Chemistry, coaching rotations, shooting, and shot IQ. We need to take smarter shots. I said this during the game. I know how to fix these horrid dry spells. You want to know how? Stop taking threes. I say this. If I'm Frank Vogel, I let him shoot threes. If it's not falling in the first quarter, next quarter, no threes. And then guess what? Everything in the paint, something's bound to fall, right? Even if it gets clogged and congested in there, force it, man. Play old school brute basketball and just pound the glass, okay? And just attack, attack, attack. That's what I would do if I was coach. And then if they play good and we get the lead back, then okay, we can start shooting threes again in the third. Or unless you're wide open, which we haven't been. Most of our threes have been contested. So, and then if again they shoot like crap in the third, fourth quarter, no threes unless you're wide the heck open. You need to be on an island wide open to shoot a three. That's the only way I say okay. But the Lakers settled too much. We're playing a lazy brand of basketball, low IQ, missing threes, giving up layups. That's not going to help anybody. If you miss a three-pointer, it's basically is a turnover if they come back in transition and kill you with a layup. You know? Get to the free throw line. You take the higher percentage bucket. And yes, I know we're missing a lot of layups too. AD's still missing layups right next to the rim. But still, we need to mix it up because we can't be shooting 29 threes, hitting only 10 of them. No, that's 19 shots you missed. That's a big number, you know? I need to see us miss only 10 threes a game, max. Max. He said, did you see AD not even realize his guy had the ball at the three-point line? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Our communication is horrible. You know, our communication is horrible. And these little pesky fans are over here talking about Portland in 5, please, man. And I like Portland. But y'all be lucky if y'all get out the first round. With the West this year, it's going to be tough, man. I mean, talk your smack if you want, if you feel happy about it. You know, this is the closest thing to a championship you're going to get. It's a one-night parade. So go ahead, man. Pop your champagne bottles. Make fun of us now. Kick us while we're down. But at the end of the day, we still got 17 championships, and we're going to hold our head up high, even in defeat. You know why? Because I know my team will come back around. If it ain't now, it'll be later. But I think this team is I think we're going to survive it, man. I really do. I have a gut feeling somehow, you know, I have a gut feeling that somehow this team's going to turn it around. I don't know why. I'm 50-50 on them now. I've never been this low all season long, but I'm 50-50 now on them right now. You know, and Clipper fans are hilarious. They lost 4 out of the last 5, and they still have the audacity to come talk to me? With 0 championships, don't talk to me, man. You can't see me, Clipper fans. Just stop it. He said, just save your cheerleading for next season, Dan? Nah, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, man. You know, and that fat lady's going to be LeBron, and she's going to belch it. I have a feeling, man. I have a feeling the Lakers can still turn this around, but they have to get it together. And we're not giving up on this team. Die Hard's not giving up on this team, right? If you're giving up on this team, man, go root for the Clippers. Just do yourself a favor. They got all the fair weather fans over there. All right? But if you're going to stay here with us, man, just try to stay positive. And just, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you know, it's okay to be hard on this team right now, but let's not throw guys let's not start the finger pointing. Let's not start all this stuff. Like Raquel says, we're going to turn it around. I have a good feeling about it. Great feeling about it. You know, but right now it's not looking so good. We lost, 5 out of our last 6 games. We're clearly in a slump right now. But people forget that at one point we were number 1 in the West. And that was without Anthony Davis, just with LeBron James. So again, people expect me to give up on my team? What kind of fanmanship is this? If Knicks fans can rock with their team to the bitter end for all these years and are finally getting rewarded, people just don't understand what being loyal to your team and finally getting rewarded feels like. And I feel sorry for you guys, man. Turn your back on the team now, but I don't want to see y'all around the parade time. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep it above. It's cool to be hard on the team. I'm disappointed. Trust me. I'm not letting this team off the hook at all. They got a lot of things to fix. I'm keeping it $150 with y'all. It's not going to be a quick bandage fix, but superstars win championships, and we got 2 of them on the team. They might not look like it right now, but when they come around and, you know, third base and they're headed for home, you're going to see the difference. You know what I'm saying? The playoffs should bring a different AD and LeBron James. That's number 1. But if you do want to look at a silver lining, right, I'm going to tell you guys what a silver lining is that the whole league, just like a lot of the fair weather fans, have discounted us. And sometimes it's the teams you discount that end up making it all the way to the finals. Remember, last season, the Miami Heat made it to the finals. Nobody was talking about them there. You know? I was one of the few people that said, hey, they might be a dark horse. Maybe. But, you know, most of the analysts didn't have us and they didn't have the Miami Heat up there. So the fact that they made it to the finals gives me hope that anything's possible. You can turn it around. As long as you have the personnel, you can get it together. You know, it only takes so many games to get you in a rhythm. If the Lakers win 3-4 in a row, the tune is going to change for a lot of people. Sal said LeBron and AD need to be 100% and aggressive, and we have a chance for sure. Thanks, Sal. I 110% agree with you, bro. But that aggression is only going to get better as the Lakers continue to play together, gel, and get healthy. That's the key. Hey, Raquel, appreciate you so much. She said supporting. This is disappointing loss and their recent play, but people not understanding that the Lakers need to readjust and get back in sync. Yes. It's all disappointing. To me, what's the most disappointing is that our fans start the finger pointing immediately. Like they try last game, it was Kyle Kuzma. This game he scored, he went off, and now everybody wants to say AD soft or LeBron James not doing enough or this or that. We have to be patient before we can finger point. I just think we should take a step back and just say, hey, okay, we're coming off of major injuries. This is the quickest turnaround in any NBA offseason history. We need to take the negatives in and just look at the silver linings. And we're still in the hunt for a playoff spot. So those are all positives to me, especially considering the fact that, again, the season hasn't really gone the way we expected, right? So I agree. Thank you so much for staying positive, Raquel, man. That's what I love about you. So keep being you. Don't let these fans sway you any other direction. They tried. Fans tried going on my Twitter and telling me to stop rooting for the Lakers. In other words, that's what they tried telling me. I'm like, that's never going to happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're dreaming. But thank you so much for the donation, Raquel. As always, appreciate the love and support, and I reciprocate it right back at you. I'm not reading that because that's not going to happen. I'm not reading that because that's not going to happen, Heisey. But I do appreciate the free money, dude. Definitely. I'll take the free money all day. Raquel said, sorry for the typos. It's all good. I understood what you were trying to say. It is disappointing that we're losing and the way we're falling off, but it's especially disappointing to see a lot of fans just basically saying the season's done. And then I start questioning if they're really fans, because if you were with us through the rebuild years, we were here from game 1 all the way to game 82, even when we weren't making the playoffs. So those are the real diehard fans. The other ones, the ones that are giving up this early, even though we're still in the hunt for a playoff spot right now, I don't know what to say to y'all, man. I don't know what to say to y'all, man. But the funniest ones are the Clipper fans. They've never won anything, and here they are with guts to try to talk to me, man. I can't even see y'all, bro. Like, y'all so small, especially the despicable ones that claim to be both Nets and Clipper fans. This is what I'm saying. This is one of the biggest bandwagon fan bases. Both of those. That's why I got no respect for either of those. It's Knicks tape over there in New York, and here in LA, you know what it is, man. Purple and gold 17. We still on the hunt for 18. So y'all can't bring me down. You can bring yourself down and fool yourself and throw, all your little shade and your little, 5-minute parade, but that's going to end real quick. And I guarantee you the Clippers don't want to see us in the 7. Because I don't care how good Kawhi is, outside of Kawhi and Serge Ibaka and Rondo, who else can you really count on that team? That's where depth really matters in a 7-game series. We're going to take away Kawhi from the game, and we're going to force Paul George to try to beat us. And as inconsistent as he has been throughout his career in the playoffs, I doubt it. Delta Kill, he said, the season is not done. I love the Lakers too much. There you go, bro. That's the spirit. That's what I like to see, man. Those are the real fans right here. Shout out Delta Kill, man. Because you know what? Right now, what we don't need is more negativity on top of the negativity we're seeing on the TV screen. That's enough stress. We need to pick each other up as a fan base and just actually show why we're one of the best fan bases in the league. Not a fair weather Clippers/Net fan base, a Laker fan base. AD is playing soft. I agree with that. You ain't said nothing wrong about that. You know what I'm saying? You got to call him out where you got to call him out. The difference is we ain't turning on him, though. Why didn't Schroeder play? He's out. Safety and health protocols. So obviously the COVID got everybody tripping. So he's out. I think it's the second time this season that he's had something like that. So I think it's very interesting to see that he's out at this point. But to be honest with you, the way we played in the effort, I'm not sure if he would have helped us very much. Maybe defensively, he could have done a better job on Kyle Lowry. I could foresee that for sure. But offensively, you just never know where his head is at. You never know he's going to come out here and drop 21 and 10, or he's going to come out here with like 8 points, 7 assists and 7 turnovers to match his assists. Like, come on, man. He said, I disagree. You can be a Lakers fan and still criticize when they play bad. Stop making excuses for them. I'm not making excuses for them at all. So you're disagreeing with yourself. It's one thing to criticize, and it's another thing to quit on your team. So yeah, you kind of ethered yourself on that one, but yeah, I said it. The Lakers aren't playing good right now, and it's not looking good. It's reminding me a lot of 2013 Lakers. So I don't see how that's making excuses necessarily. But hey, if you need someone to vent to, I'm your guy. I'll be the punching bag. I don't care. I know you're mad the Lakers lost. You want to take it out on me? I'm cool with that, man. But that type of talk doesn't really help anybody, man. Finger pointing and stuff, you know. He said Kuz had a good game. Kuz had a good game. I like Taylor and Horton Tucker's effort as well. He was playing really hard. So yeah, I mean, those were the silver linings, really. Everybody else needs to, get their chips in order. They definitely need to play a lot better. Dan, what players do you think are not coming back? It's a little too early for that, Juan. The playoffs could definitely change my perception, as far as that goes. You never know. Somebody could step up and have a KCP-sized playoff performance, and then we could completely 360 our opinions on them. So I don't want to give you that answer now. Ask me again after the season, and I got you. K Slays says Lakers will step up. Clippers are a regular season team, period. Nobody's really worried about the Clippers, man. Nobody's really worried about these Clipper teams at all, or the Nets for that matter. They're in the East. They couldn't even handle Giannis tonight, and he doesn't have a super team. It's just Giannis and a bunch of role players. They couldn't handle him, so nobody's worried about Brooklyn. Brooklyn, the Clippers, with their crappy ass history, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, come on, man. The Sparks, shout out to the homies. Shout out to the homegirls, man. The Sparks are more relative than the Clippers, way more relative. The UCLA Bruins, they're not even a professional team, they're a collegiate level team. They're more relevant in LA than the Clippers. So this is why these fans are big mad, and they choose to try to take my attention away from the Lakers. But we're going to keep it with the Lakers and what they have to do. And what the Lakers have to do is actually start playing the players who play hard. We actually have to start playing the Marc Gasols and the Alfonso McKinneys of the world. We have to give those guys opportunities and send a message to the team. Maybe throw in some Wesley Matthews. He's been struggling, but maybe his defense will help. Maybe, sitting over there on the bench next to the coach has got his mind right. Maybe he starts playing better. Who knows? We got to try stuff, though. We got to try stuff. We can't just settle for what we have, keep throwing out the same rotations and having the same lapses over and over. Something's got to give, Dan Koo says something, and Mark's playing more. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but we do need Mark to play a lot more. Clipper fans make me laugh, Dan, honestly. They're not that funny, bro. Honestly, they're just sad. Clipper fans are just sad, and they seriously, they need help, man. Dan, are the Lakers going to miss the playoffs? I don't think so. You know what? They're not going to miss. I can guarantee they're not going to miss the playoffs. Now, are we coming in as a play-in team? I hope not. I hope not, because seriously, if we come in as a play-in team, anything can happen. You don't want to risk an injury. You don't want to force extra games on such a shortened off season. You don't really. It's funny. Even Clipper fans, check this out. Even Clipper fans spell their team name with a lowercase c, which shows you how lowercase they are in the city of Los Angeles. They're very lowercase. So the joke's on you, Clipper fans. Again, Dan Koo said something about Mark playing more minutes. Yeah, I think it's common sense at this point. I think anybody could see that Kyle Kuzma that Marc Gasol needs those bench center minutes. He clearly, man, we don't have a center off the bench. Trez is really a 4. He's always been a 4. And this was the problem with the way they try to use him with the Clippers. That's why he wasn't effective. Dan sign and trade for Lonzo. Well, that's a conversation for the offseason. Right now, we're focused on this current team and their current run. I haven't given up on this team, so we got to focus on this, man, at the task at hand. Do you think Mark should start? No. Well, depends on the matchup. See, what I'm hoping that coach does is, depending on the matches and the mismatches, and if we can exploit by stretching the floor more, then maybe a playoff series will have that whole situation where Mark should start. But if it's a team that we can just abuse in the paint and we can use Drummond's size and everything, then we should stay with Drummond. It should be situational. There shouldn't be a defined role, just like he did last year in the playoffs. And I love the fact he did this. He removed JaVale when he wasn't being effective in that first round series, and then he plugged in. I think it was it Markieff? Who did he plug in last year in the playoffs? I think it was Dwight. He plugged somebody in, and it completely changed the dynamic of this team. And so that's what I'm still hoping for, man. But again, it's not the playoffs yet, so I can't really say, okay, If Frank Vogel is doing this in the playoffs and it costs us a postseason run deep into the playoffs, then yes, we can start having those conversations about replacing him. But if Frank Vogel changes his strategy up and he actually starts doing his job properly in the postseason, then all is forgiven, because at the end of the day, this is a postseason type team. They've said it. The coaching staff has said it. We're made for the playoffs. That's when we're really going to probably ramp it up. Here's the key, though. We got to avoid playing tournament as much as possible, which makes every single game a must-win until we lock at least the seventh. What is it? The sixth spot in the West. So 5 or 6, we got to lock one of them up before we can start relaxing. We can't relax till we lock it up. Every game should be played like a game 7, and that's what's the most disappointing of tonight's loss, is that we losing. The effort wasn't there. It's a double whammy. It's a double negative. JP24, he said, Dan, don't panic. We're using these games to have players ready. Coaches know what they are doing. We're not going to show teams nothing to the playoffs. I can foresee that happening, JP24, but it is still panic time, because we're in a 3-way tie for that 7th slot. And the Dallas Mavericks have the tiebreaker. So that's not good news for anybody. We could end up being that play-in team. And of course, if we're in the 7th slot, we just have to win one of the 2 games. But still, you don't want to compromise yourself, man. Imagine you lose that first game, and now you're going into a game 7 early before the playoffs even start. I don't know, man. I don't know. I am panicking because we need these dubs no matter what, man. No excuses. You already got like 30% of the fan base checking out already, talking about the season is over. And be realistic is like, I don't understand that fair weatherness. But hey, if you feel free to check out, man. You're doing us all a favor. If you're not a real fan, this channel's for the real fans who are going to stick through the tough times, man. That's why I made this channel when we were a lottery team, guys. So if y'all are sadly mistaken, if y'all think I'm going to turn my back on my team, that's just not going to happen. The real ones know what's up. He said, AD is not playing with energy, explosion, and confidence. Voice of reason. I agree with you. This is why I need you to be the voice of reason and understand that maybe he needs a little bit more time. I don't know if that's not the case. If the playoffs come and Anthony Davis is not playing like the Anthony Davis of the regular season or even of last season, then we can panic, okay? And we can say, okay, I don't know what's wrong with him mentally, but he's checked out. He's turned into Paul George. And I don't think that's the case. I really think he's trying to knock off the rust. He's still not 100%, even though he claims he is. And I think once playoffs start, he's going to take way better buckets, and they're going to try way harder. I think they're pacing themselves. But we don't need to pace ourselves, guys, because it's panic time. We need to win games now. He said, Gasol is a big playmaker, good pairing with Harrell in our second unit. I've been saying that forever, Ralph. I agree with you, bro. Great minds. I don't understand why coach hasn't used that. And like much to you guys' credit, you guys have mentioned how maybe he's saving that for the playoffs, and then they won't have an answer for it when he whips it out. But bottom line is we need to win now, whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why Gasol's not getting a single minute a game. He's very capable. We brought him here as a starter. You mean to tell me somebody we brought in as a starter is not going to be capable of giving you at least 15 minutes off the bench? Right? So I need to see coach use the full repertoire and, use the actual players that can help us win. Put us in position to win, coach. Put us in positions to win. He said, do you actually watch them, though? Oh, I think he's talking to somebody else. He said, we don't need Gasol for the playoffs. We need him now. I'm saying that. But I'm saying maybe coach is holding him out to the playoffs. That's my only explanation. Other than that, he's doing a horrible job if he's just discarding him and leaving him out to rot at the end of the bench. How can you start somebody and then just throw him to the trash? I just don't see that. Drummond is not bad. Why we all hate him? Nobody's hating him. I love Drummond. I actually like what he brings to the table. I'm just saying off the bench, Mark off the bench should be the first big man off the bench along with Montrezl Harrell. And then we should have those two guys pairing up. Just like we have AD and Drummond starting as the front court, we should have Marc Gasol and Montrezl Harrell if we really want to exploit and use our size to our best advantage. Matter of fact, those two players can actually play well with each other, because you can make an argument that if Mark didn't have a jump shot, then Dan, you're crazy. The lane is going to get clogged up. There's not enough space if you have Mark in there. But the beautiful thing about Mark is he can actually stretch the floor, which allows Montrezl Harrell to operate in the paint. Now, defensively, that's where you benefit the most from a Marc Gasol type player because he uses his 7 foot whatever wingspan, his 8 foot wingspan to bother some shots without actually jumping and biting on up fakes. He's a disciplined defender, and at this stage of his career, he has a nice sized body to be able to just clog up the paint a little bit more, and not allow these power forwards to come in here and catch some backdoor lobs and stuff, you know. All right. A couple more questions before I get off. Thank you guys so much for everything, man. I know it's a tough night and we're taking it in the gut tonight, but we take it in the gut as a unit. And we take this in, we always gonna hold our head above high. We can't hang our heads because these other these other fan bases are so pathetic that they feast off of us hanging our heads. And so I'm not gonna let them have that pleasure, man. We still got 17 championships. We gotta act like we got 17. And this goes for our players and our coaching staff too. They got to start acting like they got 17, and they got to play with some pride out here. So Gasol is a better defender than Drummond? Nobody's saying that, Nickel. Nobody is saying that, bro. You're tripping. See, don't grab my words and twist them. I didn't say that. Obviously, I've been wanted Drummond, and we got him. I'm happy with the acquisition. I'm talking about when all those players go to the bench, then we should be able to use Marc Gasol. It seems like we're spread out so much, we can't get a rebound. That too, our perimeter guards have to stay in front of the guards because with all the dribble drive penetration, it's only going to make our defense scramble, and that's how they get layups and wide open threes. Portland Trailblazer fans, you guys have some guts, man. To be in here talking about Portland Nation, we will win it all. Stop it, man. Stop it. I love me some Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. I love it. It's one of my favorite backcourts in the NBA. But for you guys to actually think you're going to win it all, do you think Norman Powell's going to make that difference? Or like, where's the difference, man? You guys actually gave up the better player in that trade, by the way. Hate to burst your bubble. Gary Trent is a beast, man. Slade says, I would love to get Dwight Howard next season as an extra big. For those who clown him, you don't really have high basketball IQ. Go Lakers, we trust. There you go. There you go. But again, I'm not worried about the offseason right now, brother. Right now, we got to worry about the task at hand. This one's not over yet. Let's not give up yet. Let's not give up just yet, man. And we can maybe pull this one out and execute down the stretch. You just never know. You might be thinking a lot different around this time next week. So let's hang in there, buddy. But I agree with you, man. Dwight Howard wouldn't be a bad acquisition again. It's all in the price, so. He said, by the way, I think he's in the contract for multiple years. I'm not sure, so I'm not looking at that. I feel sorry for Gasol. He looks like he wants to play right now. Well, imagine going from a starting center to a bench third stringer, right? So, it's a big change, man. We need Vogel to at least explain why he's doing that. You know what happened? Did Marc Gasol take your girl? What's going on, Frank? Why are you so mad at him? Why you can't at least play him? At least let him get 10 minutes a game. Let him get a couple of passes in there, maybe a 3-point shot a night. It would help. He said, we need to play with more energy. We look like we don't care. That's the problem. That's the problem is that I really thought they were going to come out here, sense of urgency, hard on their sleeve, coming out banging on dudes, and LeBron's going to come out here and put on his MVP performance, and AD's going to look more like his old self. Guys, none of that happened tonight. Nothing. We're lucky that we were even in the game thanks to some hot shooting from Kyle Kuzma. And other than that, we really didn't get nobody else on the 20-point mark. That's a problem with all the talent we have. And the coaching staff needs to do something quickly to figure it out, because if not, then the season will be over. But it's still not over. Like I said to the fat lady sings, shout out to all the real Laker fans still supporting, man. Everybody that donated to the channel, like the video, and just here for support, man. All you guys that are still watching, thank you guys, because a lot of people checked out already. Trust me. And those are the people that I'd hate to see at any parades. All right. Now, I know it's hard to watch the Lakers basketball, but, let me give you an example. Would you turn your back on a struggling family member? Because I sure as heck wouldn't. I'm loyal to the end, man. And that's how it has to be, Laker Nation. We got to be loyal to our squad till the end, till whatever happens, till we win the championship or till we get eliminated. Whatever it is, we're going to live and we're going to die with the results. And I'll leave you guys with some positivity, man. Hopefully they can turn it around. At this point last season, with 8 games left in the regular season, the Lakers figured it out after those 8 games. So that's the only thing I have to cling on to for hope. And let's just hope that the Lakers can for sure figure this out and turn it around for our fan base. We deserve better, guys. We deserve better. Thank you guys so much. Much love. Thank you guys for everything. I'll see you guys right here tomorrow for that pregame Denver Lakers. We better bounce back, man. Have a great night, Laker Nation. Much love.